When most people think about self-care, they imagine expensive spa treatments, weekend getaways, or buying things that make them feel better for a moment. We have turned self-care into something we buy instead of something we do. We treat it as a reward for surviving stress instead of a way to stop that stress from building up in the first place. There is a different way to think about taking care of yourself. In Japan, self-care is not about big moments or special occasions. It is part of everyday life through small, careful actions. These practices do not need money or much time. They need your full attention and regular practice. The Japanese approach to self-care focuses on creating balance between body and mind through simple habits. These habits work because they address something basic about how humans live. They create routine, build awareness, and help you stay in the present moment. This video explores 7 Japanese self-care practices that actually work and why they work. These are things you can start doing today. When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you do? For many people, it is reaching for their phone. The first input into their day is notifications, messages, news, and other people's thoughts. This sets the tone for a day of reacting rather than choosing. In Japan, many people begin their day by opening the window. They fully open it to let fresh air flow through the room. They stand there for a moment, breathing in the outside air, noticing the temperature, listening to the sounds of the morning. This takes less than a minute, and it serves a clear purpose. Opening the window is a way of moving from sleep to waking life. It brings the outside world in and signals to your body that the day has begun. The fresh air replaces the stale air you have been breathing all night. The sounds and smells from outside pull you out of sleep and connect you to the larger world. What makes this practice powerful is how simple it is and how you can do it every day. It takes almost no time or effort, yet it creates a clear moment of choice. This small act of opening creates an opening in your mind. You become present and aware instead of staying in the fog of half sleep that many people carry into their mornings. The modern world asks us to live at a pace that feels wrong. We eat quickly, move quickly, think quickly. We are always rushing toward the next thing. This constant speed creates a kind of tension in the background that we stop noticing, even though our bodies never stop feeling it. Matcha, the powdered green tea used in Japanese tea ceremonies, offers a different approach. Making matcha is not quick. You must measure the powder, heat the water to the right temperature, and whisk it in a certain way until it becomes smooth and frothy. The process asks for your attention. You cannot rush it without ruining it. This is the whole idea. Making matcha is not just about making tea. It is about creating a pause in your day where you must slow down and pay attention to what you are doing. The ceremony itself becomes the self-care. The careful measuring, the whisking motion, the sound of the bamboo whisk against the bowl. These small actions pull you out of your head and into the moment. When you drink the matcha, you are not just getting caffeine. You are finishing a practice that forced you to slow down, to be present, to do one thing at a time with full attention. This is rare in modern life, and we need it. The tea ceremony teaches us that slowing down is not wasted time. Actually, the opposite is true. It is time we take back from the constant rush. We live most of our lives cut off from our senses. We eat without tasting, walk without feeling, our feet touch the ground, and breathe without noticing we are breathing. We are so busy thinking about the past and future that we miss the only moment that really exists. Listening to scents is a Japanese practice that sounds strange at first. How do you listen to a smell? The phrase captures something important, though. It is not about just noticing that something smells good. It is about giving your full attention to the experience of scent. In traditional Japanese culture, ko, or incense appreciation, is treated as an art form. People gather to experience different scents with full attention, the way others might listen to music. They do not talk while the incense burns. They simply sit and pay attention to what they are experiencing. This practice works because it trains awareness. When you give full attention to one sense, You pull yourself out of mental noise and into direct experience. The scent becomes something to hold on to, much like the breath in meditation. Your mind will wander, and when it does, the scent brings you back. You do not need special incense to practice this. You can give full attention to the smell of coffee brewing, rain on concrete, or fresh air through an open window. The specific scent does not matter. What matters is the quality of attention you bring to it. This simple practice trains you to be present, and being present is the base of all self-care. Most of us spend our days inside, under fake light, breathing recycled air. We have created spaces that protect us from nature, and in doing so, we have cut ourselves off from something we need. Our bodies did not develop for rooms with no windows and constant electric light. We need sun. Komorebi is a Japanese word that describes sunlight filtering through tree leaves. The word itself shows a culture that pays attention to these moments and sees them as valuable enough to name. Sitting in Komorebi, or simply in sunlight, is a form of self-care that costs nothing and takes almost no time. Stand by a window in the morning. Sit outside for 10 minutes during lunch. Notice the warmth on your skin and the quality of the light. Sunlight controls your body's internal clock. It signals when to be alert and when to prepare for rest. It affects your mood in ways we're still learning to understand. You do not need to understand the science to benefit from it. You just need to step into the light. The practice of Komorebi is really about making contact with the natural world, even in small ways. It is a reminder that you are not just a brain in a box. You are a living thing that needs certain inputs from the environment to work well. Sunlight is one of those inputs, and modern life makes it easy to go days without enough of it. We gather things without noticing. Objects pile up in drawers, on shelves, in corners. Each item is something we once thought we needed, and now it just takes up space. This physical mess creates mental mess. The more stuff you own, the more of your attention it quietly takes. Siri is the Japanese practice of letting go, and Seton is about organizing what remains. Together, they form an approach to living with less. This is not about extreme minimalism or throwing everything away. It is about being honest about what you actually use and need, and releasing what no longer helps you. When you look at an object and ask yourself if you really need it, you are practicing a kind of self-awareness. You are looking at the gap between what you think you need and what you actually use. Most of the time, this gap is large. We hold on to things for emotional reasons, or because we might need them someday, or because getting rid of them feels like waste. Keeping things you do not use is also waste, though it wastes space, attention, and energy. Every object in your space is something your eyes see and your mind processes, even if you are not aware of it. Having fewer things means less of this background weight. The practice of Siri and Seton is ongoing. It is not something you do once and finish. It is a regular check of what you have and whether it belongs in your life. This practice creates physical space, and more importantly, it creates mental space. You learn to tell the difference between what matters and what does not. Water touches your skin dozens of times every day, yet how often do you actually notice it? Washing your hands can be something you do while thinking about something else, or it can be a moment of full presence. In Japan, there is attention paid to how water is used and experienced. The practice of hand washing, or the more detailed ceremony of a hand bath, is treated as something worth full attention. You notice the temperature of the water. You notice the feeling of soap between your fingers. You notice your hands becoming clean. This turns an everyday activity into a practice of awareness. The goal is not cleaner hands. The goal is training yourself to be fully present during ordinary moments. Most of your life is made up of ordinary moments. If you're not present for them, you're not present for most of your life. At the end of the day, we often feel tired in a specific way. It is mental tiredness from making decisions, solving problems, and processing information. Physical tiredness from real work is actually satisfying. Mental tiredness without physical tiredness leaves us drained and restless at the same time. Cleaning in the morning might seem like a strange form of self-care, yet it